Are you insanely bored at playing Roblox games? Are you getting too old and still want to play a kid's game? Well, I am. Not that, just the boring part. I've just been playing nothing but Roblox football, throwing dimes every single time. So I decided to find the best games for you to try. These games that I've chosen have no specific requirements, so some will be solo or multiplayer, but all of them are fun. And with that, let's get started. FNAF, Eternal Nights. Now, there's a lot of Roblox FNAF games, but out of all of them, this one easily takes the cake. Rather than being stuck inside of an office, you have to move around in order to keep the lights, doors, and marionette on. And not only that, but you need to run for your life every time you see one of those robots because they are tall as fuck. So not only do you need to find batteries for your flashlight, but you need to run around the establishment with friends trying to survive the few nights. And of course, there's a bunch of scary animations when you get caught, along with vents, lockers to hide, and breathing mechanics to heighten the experience. Number 2, Entry Point. In my opinion, one of the best short story games you can play with your friends. Now picture this. You and random people or your friends have missions to infiltrate and attack certain areas. This includes an FBI headquarters, a drug rig, and million-dollar mansions. And all the tasks vary from securing important individuals, cracking safes, or rigging doomsday devices. Along with that, there are multiple classes that will improve or impair your robbing abilities, including a hacker who destroys cameras, a lockpicker to get through doors, or a stealth king. But as you try and finish the missions, agents, the cops, and even FBI agents will attack you from every corner so long as you don't get caught. But be warned, around every corner is something that is trying to find you. This game is honestly so fun, I would definitely recommend it. Ride a Friend Battlegrounds. Now I know there's a bunch of Battleground games and they're kind of on the fly right now. This one is actually fun to play with your friends. Concept is simple but hilarious. You spawn in, you pick to be a horse or a person, and then you just fight other players. It sounds pretty simple, but it's actually really fun to do, and I played this for multiple hours with my friends. The horse is the movement mechanic, so we move around, and then the guy up top swings his sword, while the horse can charge at people and kill their enemies. There's a bunch of different weapons you can choose from an axe, a sword, a bow. There's a bunch of different classes, and it's very different from the other Battlegrounds games, where you have specific classes and abilities, but this is completely different. It's kind of like a mix and match. And of course you want to be at the top as the king. And you can also upgrade your person so you can get crazy items like bombs and stealth potions. This is a duo game, but the game is honestly a blast and definitely something you should try. Number 4, Hide the Body. This game is single player and multiplayer at the same time. You pick different homes and randomly somebody will come by, but you have to kill them and dispose of them. You use random items to attack them, and then you drag their bodies through the household trying to hide from the big guy. The big guy will look through every single spot in your house trying to find any dead bodies. The more bodies you hide, the more coins you get, which unlocks even more areas. And there's a bunch of different game modes as well, from easy to impossible, where the guy who's looking for the body sprints through the entire house and gives you no time to hide the body. You can shove the body under a bed, inside of a closet, or even the most ridiculous places, just hoping nobody notices. This can create some really funny moments, for example like quick panicking, and honestly it's pretty fun to play with friends. If you enjoy a social chaos game, this is definitely for you. Number 5, Climb. This is very similar to the VR game Climb, where all you have to do is climb crazy towers. This could be from the Eiffel Tower to a sand dune to an iceberg, everything in between. However, instead of the normal movement, you can only control your hands by using triggers. On top of that, there's multiple different levels that can range from easy to hard. Hard is where you'd have to swing with one hand, have multiple rocks that you can barely catch. It's very difficult. And there's also a speedrunning mode. You can try and get the fastest time to reach the top. I played this with a friend of mine and we spent a good 3 hours on a couple maps, and it is honestly very fun. You also feel a sense of accomplishment because there are a bunch of noobs who don't know how to get up there, and it's really easy to learn and very fun. It's a very skill-based game that tests your patience and precision, and it's definitely worth trying. Number 6, Dueling Grounds. If you enjoy this game called Ghost of Tsushima, this is definitely one of the best games for you. It's also very skilled. The whole idea is simple. Players enter arenas and fight each other on one-on-one duels using different weapons and abilities. This can include the samurai sword, the spear, and gauntlets. But it's not just random swinging. Timing, movement, and strategy all play a huge role in whether you win or lose. This is very similar to like Mortal Kombat or any type of fighting game you can think of, and you'll have a wide range of players that you can fight. Some players rush aggressively while others wait for the perfect moment to strike. It's very tense for every single battle because it's very strategic, and the best part of all is that they have supers, which are very unique and I really like and adds like so much more to the game. So if you like competitive fighting games and testing your skills against other players, this is a great idea to jump into. Number 7, burgers. At first this might look like a normal restaurant game, but it quickly turns into something way more chaotic. In the beginning, your goal is to run a simple burger shop, taking orders and serving customers as fast as possible. But things start to spiral when the restaurant gets busy. Everyone is running around trying to keep up with orders. It may sound simple, but the twist is the burger meat that you use are people, and you also have to deal with the process of turning the humans into the meat and serving to the other customers. It becomes this fast-paced teamwork game where you and your friends are trying to keep the restaurant from completely collapsing. One day everything might go perfect, and the other day the kitchen turns into absolute chaos. Either way, it's super fun, especially if you're playing with your friends who are yelling instructions while you desperately try to finish orders. Number 8, build a bunker. This game is perfect if you like a kind of survival-based game mixed with creativity. Every day you have a couple minutes to get whatever you need from a town, but if you don't make it back to your bunker, you die. And you use those items that you get to upgrade your bunker in order to survive and leave. But every time you upgrade your bunker, more difficult enemies will spawn. This can include zombies, cult members, the FBI, and exterminators, which kind of reminds me of FEMA from the No Humans game, but it's up to you and your friends to survive by eating food, getting water, and upgrading your base, while making your bunker look as homely as possible, but deadly. They have a bunch of unique items you can find, including a fusion core, which can explode, but this game can literally go on forever as long as you'd like. There is an infinite version, but there is also the normal survival version. It's kind of like Dead Rails, but with a bunker kind of twist. And of course the apocalypse part. Number 9, Project Remix. If I had to compare this game to any other actual game, I'd give it to like Overwatch, because it feels like a matchup of a bunch of different mechanics put together into a fast-paced experience. The way it works is you jump into matches where players are constantly using unique abilities, weapons, and movement styles to outplay each other. It's very fluid, but it can get chaotic really quickly, which is why I recommend playing with friends. And every round can get pretty intense because people are always experimenting with different strategies. For example, I like to use the fist mechanic and the paintball mechanic at the same time. One moment you're chasing somebody across the map, and then the next you're dodging attacks while trying to land the perfect ability. And there's a bunch of different modes, including capture the flag, self-elimination, and teams. And the mechanics makes the game completely different from other kind of combat games, because you can literally pick any style you'd like. If you're looking for something a little different with lots of action, this is definitely the one to check out. And the final game you've all been waiting for, number 10, Ultimate Football. Obviously, I was going to show you my favorite game. This one is absolutely the best. This football game has partnered with the NFL to give you a bunch of different teams that you can play with, and you can play with friends as much as you like. The premise is very simple. It's much like football. You get a quarterback, a bunch of linemen, and of course, the wide receivers, where you can customize your characters all you want with the packages that you can get from winning games. You can also get coins which allow you to get special effects like goal explosions, dances, which is very cool, and special helmets and equipment. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.